business. Well, I see, I'm beginning to think we need that on the towpath, Hospital Hill.
Possibly.
You know?
So are you a nurse?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
and I'm
help me.
looking to retire, so maybe this is my retirement.
How many years have you been nurse?
I've been nursing for 30 plus years.
35. I've got a daughter who's been there for 27 years now.
So you started at 6?
Yeah, I started at 6. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I love you too.
Nicely done, Dad.
When I was pretty good till I got 80, and then it started falling
And then it
apart.
all, yeah.
But first thing it did was took a couple feet out of my
Out of your
intestines.
intestines. That's okay, we got a lot of feet.
And the next time, I had a hernia. I only got 6 or 7 of them now, but I had one that was all...
You hanging, yeah, they were tough. They were huge.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, you definitely got hurt.
I had one that... I had one like that.
Yeah.
And somebody said, oh, you ought to have it taken off. Well, that was fine. I considered that. So the x-ray says, oh, there's a small spot on your colon. While we're at it, we'll just do that. That was a bad mistake. Everything, I was in 31 days. Everything got infected. They had to take everything out, wash it up, put it back. And my daughter, being a nurse, they wanted me to take chemo. And being a nurse, I was afraid she wouldn't like it if I didn't take it. Yeah. But anyway, I refused that, and I have had no problem since then with that part of it.
Here you are.
Lung cancer coming out.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry. I'm blaming one of these on somebody screwed up here, and I'm blaming this other on experimental deal.
Experimental stuff.
Yeah. In your nursing, have you run into anybody that ever had cyberscope?
Cyberscope?
I figured they were going to say that.
No.
Because it took 6 months to get Medicaid. Just running camp off over here. She took that insurance money and bought a bar, and in 6 months, I down there, and she was sitting on the other side of the bar talking to us, serving us crabs that my daughter had just sold to her, and she was sitting there drinking along with us and wasn't charging us. I thought, this ain't gonna last. About 6 months later, she was out of business.
Huh.
Jill, do you have a coffee stirrer or a spoon somewhere? I'll get it. Just tell me if it's over here.
Right there. How much big straw?
Straws are fine.
Up there. Over your right, over to your right, over to your right, over to your right. Straight up from your hand now. Top shelf.
Right in front of you. There.
Lord have mercy. Wouldn't have found this. I have to stop and take my vitamins. So heavy.
No, I never got into any kind of medication very much. Always tried to avoid it. And they want to increase their dosage, which they did about 3 weeks ago. And for 2 days, I sat around about half asleep all the time, and I said, no more of that. I mean,
that's all.
Yeah, if you're just going to sit there like a mummy, well, talking to my daughter, said, I didn't even know she was talking to her. Just sit there sound asleep. Yeah, it's a little slow getting out of here sometimes because I sit over there where it's a bit more comfortable and watch television, read the paper.
What town are we in, Bill?
Little Orleans, they call it. Don't know where it got its name. The town that was across the river, whenever this was the main road to the west before they built the 40 or anything, it was Orleans Crossroads. I don't know why they call this Little Orleans. That's been it for the last couple 100 years.
Were you born here?
No, Cumberland.
So are we about 120 miles from Baltimore? Something like that?
Yeah, Baltimore, Washington, about 120 from both of them. 90% of your people are from the Baltimore area. Got a campground over here. Got, I guess, probably 80, 90 weekend camp spots. I mean, people rent them by the year.
Oh.
Plus, got trailers, heat, electric, storage, and the whole works.
Yeah.
And you got people in the state forest and ones off the canal. There's 90% tourists.
No, out of town, I have one California left.
Probably has some.
Huh?
Post office covers 10 miles square and approximately 100 people, or 500 people.
Uh-huh.
Mail lady drives about 140 miles a day to get the mail to them.
Really?
Another government waste.
I think they should.
I think once a week be enough for mail.
They are raising the price.
Oh yeah, right. Well, but what's it been, 3 years? You're gonna get that forever stamp?
But they don't. I agree, Dave. We do not need mail service on
You don't need
Saturday.
mail Saturday. You don't need mail Sunday.
No.
And that's very seriously. Once a week or I don't know what you get to that report and everything. Bill. Yes, sir. All right, sir. That's my hospice man. Said he's minutes away on his way down.
Oh, come to visit?
Yeah. Yeah, usually around 3, 10, 11 on Thursday.
How old are you, Bill?
Huh?
How old are you?
86.
You look so young.
Old enough to die.
My mother's 88. She has no intention of going.
Yeah, I don't think about that.
Right?
Say you can't really go and, I mean the younger kids, my daughter, and when they go places, but I can't keep up with them. So, to find where it can go to chain around here. Went to town yesterday with my daughter. Pretty well stayed in, she went in a dozen stores. I think I went in 2 of them.
Yeah.
Half-hour walking, that's it.
You have someone who works for you?
My daughter lives a half mile up that way, my son lives up that way. They all help, and on weekends you got other people help. Daughter's making spaghetti sauce now. Been here this morning, put a roast beef on.
Well, you'll probably be busy this weekend.
Huh?
You'll be busy this
I tell you what, this past 4th of July was the slowest 4th of July I ever saw.
Slowly?
Slowest. And the campground over here said the same thing, and I talked to Fishborn. He said it was surprised with nobody out this past weekend.
Maybe it's because it's too hot.
They went down and pick up the canoes, and they said the aluminum canoes were so hot you could hardly handle.
The water wasn't even, I mean, some parts of
the river's warm.
87 degrees.
The river.
Are there as many trains going through as like a year ago?
SCSX, I don't see any change in that.
So you know how you were saying you can't miss it, and you said, so when I got down to the trail, the canal, I wasn't sure whether you'd gone left or right.